Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Celebrating the Ordinary. Whoa. This is what number episode is this, Runa?
Oh no, now you're asking. Is it four, five, six, seven? I don't know.
No, this is episode four.
It's
Listen.
episode four. I got it right first time. Then I went on a bit.
Mm. So episode four, and you know how it is. You know what they say when you're having so much fun, time just flies by. I mean, we've been having a blast so far, recording and talking and speaking with everybody and speaking with our and basically putting together this exciting platform to share with everybody. So welcome to another episode of Celebrating the Ordinary. Whoop. Again. Huh. Today we are looking about what we're looking at the sound that made up our lives.
Sound of our lives. Oh,
Sound of our lives, the music track. You know when you're walking down the street, you know when you're watching a movie and you see people walking down the street, and yeah, by the way I walk, so exactly. So the music that plays at every single point in our lives, in the background, in our minds, you know, yeah. So that's what we're looking at today, innit? And why are we doing that today, Runa?
well, you know what? It's because songs really do shape our experiences. Like when we
Yeah.
feel sad, we have to listen to sad songs. Like I know that um if like a breakup, if you're going through a breakup or a tough time, you have to listen to those sad
Mm.
songs and listen to music. And then when you're happy, you kind of need something to put that beat in. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it feels
yeah,
like the title, The Sound of Our Lives. I feel like we are all the main characters in our lives, and there
yeah,
is music in the
yeah.
background. Um,
We all have main character energy.
exactly. Actually, whilst we're on this, I know someone else who has main character energy. You know my Mr. Emilio Steve Miaugi, my
Yeah.
cat. Well, he's going to be a
Oh
police officer
man.
now because he's oh my
Moving back.
gosh.
Oh my days. He joined the
Did you see it?
police. He's now a
So
he's a he's a K9 unit member.
he's in the K9 unit. He's so friendly. He goes to everybody. Like I swear, for someone the neighbors now don't even hide the fact that they feed him all sorts of weird. Like people who don't have cats or dogs or anything have special sausage in their cars to feed him. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I felt like he needs a job, which is why the police. And then also, like I could put the Bill music on. Do you remember the Bill? So we're going to talk about. And then I'll have my Mealy or Steve Miyagi. How
You know what I
amazing
should
would that
you know
be?
what I should do? You know what I should get for him as well. Get him a
What?
police belt.
Oh, mate, that is pushing it.
Get a
Anything else,
police
I think he's
belt
going to scratch
with
my face off.
handcuffs, a baton, taser, whatever, with
It's
those pouches.
it would be amazing. Oh, gosh. For Halloween, get him like Chucky outfits. Anyway, we digress. I can talk about my cat
Yeah.
all day. It'd be the cat of our lives rather than the sound of our lives. But I think it's great though. I do think like
Mm,
music is just everything. And I, I think sometimes it just helps us to kind of like it certainly helps me to get in touch with my feelings, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like sometimes I can't
Hmm.
always put my finger on how I'm feeling, but putting a certain like a playlist on, one
Mm,
song or a couple of songs will literally jump out at me, and then I will
yeah.
hyper
Yeah.
focus on those. And actually, that's what I need to help me through that time. So, I think it's personal, but actually, when you really think about it on a deeper level, it's even more personal to you. It can say a lot about you, your playlist.
Yeah. So are you one of those who listen to music, whose choice of music they want to listen to at a time is dependent on their mood?
Oh, absolutely. And definitely, if I pick a song and I can get stuck on that, I will listen to that one song over and over and over
Ah, nah.
again, like nobody's business. It could be
Garuna, I'm just having
any
mental
reason.
pictures. I'm having mental pictures of you being one of those who will listen to a track on a CD so many times the CD gets scratched and it starts to
Yes.
skip.
Yeah. Oh my God. I had the scratchiest of CDs, honestly. I didn't have a cat at the time, but I could have. That would have been evidence. Literally, I would just And it's so much easier now that you can stream it and it'll just go
Yeah.
round and round and round in my head. And then afterwards, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to listen to it. And it never has that same impact on me again. I still love it, but
Yeah.
not as much as I loved it in that hyper focus
Mm,
way.
mm, 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 mm. I think with me, I think again, like you said, it's a means of for me, it's a touch point.
Mm,
It is a touch point to so many things for me. Music. Music is a touch point for me when I know that I'm home.
mm,
I'm in my space. Music. One of the things, the first thing that I do when I get home, put on some music. While
hmm
I'm taking off my clothes, while I'm clearing up the dishes, whatever, music is playing. When I'm in a bad mood, you want me to get out of my bad mood, music. Even if I'm celebrating, I'm happy with something, music. There's always music. There's always music. I always like to have music around me. So it is a point. Is it a touch point? It's also a touch point for our culture. You
mm,
know, it
yes.
reminds us of home.
Mm,
When we're lonely, when we're just looking forward to that hot, real, authentic experience of home, where we come from. Yes, music serves that purpose. That's
yes.
how I
And
feel.
and I wonder, and actually this would be great, like if anyone knows, if any of our listeners knows this, I wonder though, like music must have an impact on our brains as well, and how our brain interacts with certain
Oh,
beats. Like for example, not to go on about my Mr. Mealy Steve Meowgi, my cat, street name Milo, just to shorten it. And
AKA.
and I play, I just ask I'm not gonna say Alexa because
Hmm.
Alexa might come alive again, but basically ask her to play cat calming music or cat
Mm.
music. And it always gives me like sometimes it is cat calming music, sometimes it's classical beats for cats. But Milo really responds to it. Like honestly,
Really?
he literally just chills and he sleeps through it. And sometimes they purr, he purrs. I'm not stroking
Mm.
him or anything. And then sometimes it's like they have these like deep sigh, like they really go into like he really goes into his comfort zone, and it is so
Yeah.
wonderful to watch. So sometimes if I'm popping out, I will just get cat calming music on, and then and off he goes. Yeah, it's great. It is really great. So I do wonder because obviously the cat's not going to have a cultural or any kind of emotional
No,
psychological
no,
relationship. So
no, no.
I wonder
It might just be the
physically.
waves and the vibrations, that the
Mm,
cat might just Mr. Miyagi or Mr.
no,
Miyagi
it's
feels
Milios Steve
Milios
Meowgi.
Milios Steve Milo,
You
basically.
name Milo, yeah.
Like, so if you were to look at your own life, Runa, growing up over
Mm,
the period till Runa today, right? Do you have certain sound that you would say govern each period in your life?
definitely. If I think back, there are some tracks that really defined
Mhm.
um like so my earlier years for sure was all about Bollywood music because that's what I pretty
Really?
much grew up with. That's all we heard at home.
So hold on,
Um
hold on, hold on. So what?
uh,
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back.
uh,
What would you say your first memory of music? What music? What track is your first memory of music? What is it?
I can't remember what my first memory of music is, but certainly in my earlier years,
Yeah.
the one that's been really significant and actually still is to this day is a song called I Am a Disco Dancer. And it was in a film called Disco Dancer. It's a Bollywood film, and it starred Mithun Chakrabarti, who is super, like he looks like my dad now. And oh my God, he was the original Ricky Martin as far as I'm concerned. Like his dance moves were absolutely, they were camp. He'd wear this all white suit and like like you could on masquerades you get these like masks. Well, he didn't have the eye
Yeah,
bit, but they were
yeah.
like coming out from the sides of his head. Not because he put it out, it wasn't like thingy. And oh my God, the way just I didn't want to be with him. I wanted
Mhm.
to be him. I wanted to be able to move like that. I am a disco dancer. Like, and it was just so high energy. And every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I've suggested that song to perhaps my colleagues at work, like, that have
Mhm.
never come across anything like this. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting a headache or this, that, or the other. And I'm like, I don't understand how you don't like it. But it is. the most. Like I remember in uni years, and yes, in those times there was no streaming or anything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I went on a hunt to find a video of that film to be able to get that song, and it just literally went round all around Sheffield. My one friend in particular, Van, will tell you that we used to go hunting and looking, and we
Oh
found
my
that video in
days.
Bethnal Green in London, having looked all over
Really?
Sheffield. That's how important that song was. Now I could just go on YouTube or whatever,
I'll find it.
Spotify,
I'll
Apple,
find it.
and find it. Yeah, but um, the time it just felt like that's what I needed. I was going through a bit of a dark patch, and I needed that song in
So I'm
my
having mental
Walkman, in
pictures
my
of
mini
Runa.
disc.
Exactly. I'm having mental pictures of Runa as a child bumping around to that song.
Oh, I loved it. And do you know what the best thing is? This is going to be really outing, but it was on my so my sisters, I used to raid their room when they weren't looking, as in when they were out, and they used to have Walkmans, which I never did.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
Walkmans were
mm.
like your iPads, but with cassettes. I mean, I don't know how to describe them, but they were the best. And I would listen to, so whenever they went out, I felt like their property was my property, only when they were out of the house. And so then I would go in, touch up their stuff, raid their stationery, read their diaries. Oh my God.
Now
And
they've
I
heard
would
it first
listen.
on celebrating the ordinary. Runa read our diaries. You're in trouble now.
I know. Can I just say I was very young though? But I wasn't that young that I couldn't read. So
Mm,
anyway,
mm, mm.
but yeah, I used to listen to in their room, touching up their things to that song. I'd be bopping away whilst I was raiding their cupboard.
Wow, wow, that is interesting. That is now I'm getting a big picture. I'm getting a picture of
Oh man.
origins. That is Runa right now.
How about you? How about you though? You must have
Oh,
some.
so okay, so with me, so I'm the last of four boys.
Mm,
Okay, and growing up, my music influence was as a result of listening to what my brothers
mm,
were listening to, and
mm,
so so my brothers, the first one loved he had an eclectic mix of music. The second one had the same had a different genre that he liked. And so all listening when you're growing up in such a family, listening to everybody playing at different things helps you develop your own love of what it is you like to listen to. For me, the earliest track I remember listening to, yeah, was Sting. So
mm,
Sting, when he was part of the police, when he was in the band called the Police,
mm.
you know, what was that song? Message in a bottle. Got a message in the bottle. That was one of my earliest songs. And then another one. I don't know who sang this song. It was um, um, I wanna ride my bicycle. I wanna ride my bike. I need to YouTube it. I
Can
wanna
I
ride
ask,
my
were you
bicycle.
desperate for a bicycle at that time?
No,
I'm just asking.
maybe no. Who knows?
Were you like hinting for a Christmas present or anything? I want a bicycle. I don't have a bicycle. Sorry.
But those were the songs. Those were the songs I remember
Mm.
listening to when I first realized I appreciated that this is what we call music. So yeah, I have mental pictures of myself, my brothers, all of us dancing around the living room, bopping to those beats, or when we're doing the housework, my brothers are playing that beat, and I could never ever, unlike you, I was never ever allowed to touch their stuff.
Why
Never
would you be?
ever
You
allowed
could
to
have gone
touch their
snooping
stuff,
though.
or even decide what I wanted to listen to. Because as far as they were concerned, my taste in music was shit. I don't blame them.
Did you go and did you not go and raid their rooms? I feel like that's like a no-brainer.
Standard did a few times, but then they started locking their doors. So they knew.
Fair enough. My sister's in con. Clearly, I was better raider than you were, but I'm just saying.
They knew.
I mean,
Oh,
that's really fun though. Were there any other songs that you felt like, I don't know, the ones like how do I put it? Like a bit of a crutch, like something that you would go to
I
and
think for
it
me,
made sense, made life make sense.
well, there were other songs that I think influenced my growing up, well, my early years. I think yeah. So my parents then, so my mom, especially my mom was a so she used to be a teacher, and she
Mm,
used to teach music in
mm,
school when in school, and she also had and growing up she had a soft spot for musicals.
mm,
So she used to listen to the Sound of Music. She used to watch Sound of Music. She used to watch My Fair Lady.
mm,
And my mom, listen, my mom was that person, like you, my mom was that person that anytime she sat down and decided I want to watch a movie, we all knew it was either going to be Sound of Music or My Fair Lady.
mm,
I remember those days we had the VHS tapes. My
mm.
mom used to watch that thing on and on
On
and
repeat.
on and on and on. Oh my God. So listen to do a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, and then listen to the rain in space stays mainly in the plain. That was that.
I'm laughing at you and I'm laughing at my Alexa reminding me to drink my
Drink
water.
water.
You know, I love that though. I like sometimes I think thinking about the songs and music that our parents listen
Mm.
to tells us more
Yeah.
about them than what they would tell us. Because I don't know about your
Yeah.
parents, but my parents very rarely revealed anything about themselves, like their joys or what their desires were, or anything.
Yeah,
You
joys.
know, and but I remember like my mum used to have this dreamy look in her eyes. So there's this guy, he's passed away now, but there's a really super old Bollywood actor called Raj Kumar, who was
Mm.
very iconic and I guess he was very handsome and whatever. But I just remember watching that. My mum used to really binge watch his films. It didn't matter what it was, as long as he was in it. It was like Johnny, like that's how we spoke, and like he had this speaking like Johnny, like and he had the sounds crack coming from my voice, but actually I
Yeah,
don't think it
yeah.
came was great from his voice. But my
Mm,
mum
mm.
loved it, and she would listen to his songs. Don't ask me what they were, but any song from any of his films, his name was Raj Kumar, right?
Yeah.
She would lap them up and she would get this dreamy eye. Now, I don't know for sure if she was thinking what I was thinking that she was thinking, but in my mind's eye, she was in that song. She was dancing with him, you know, really giving her hips a welly, like, like, like
She
Shakira,
was
like
Johnny. She
behind the
was
trees, like
Johnny as well.
she was doing some stuff with him in her mind. I'm telling you, she had just had that dreamy look, and no one could disturb her. Like you could,
Yeah,
like one
yeah.
of her kids could be literally dead, and she'd be like, "No,
I need to
my
finish my
moment."
Johnny. Uno momento. Let me finish with Johnny before I can deal with my child who is quarter to
He
death.
was. My dad was nowhere nothing like him, so I can understand the fantasy, to be honest. But then like from him to my dad, but the truth is, like, yeah, I could just see, and I think that used to lift her. She would
Yeah.
sometimes, I like, she had a very closed off life. Like her life was pretty
Mm,
much getting married, and she got married very young, like
mm,
very
mm,
young.
mm,
And it was custom, rightly or
mm.
wrongly, and I definitely don't agree with it, but it was custom for like for girls to get married from the age of 14. And she was
Yeah,
married in
yeah.
Bangladesh from the age of 14, got pregnant, had twins, and lost
Mm.
one. So trigger warning, just and we'll put a trigger warning actually when we release this, but so you should have seen it. But basically she lost one of my sisters.
Oh
They were
man.
twins.
Mm,
Um,
mm, mm.
and then after that, she came to England. And she's just, I think she's just always been very lonely. She's never lived her life for herself. She's
Yeah,
never,
yeah.
um, I've never seen her do anything that was just for her, you know. It was just
mm.
cooking, cleaning, sex with my dad. That's just how all of us were born. And then that
Mm.
was rinse and repeat and making sure, everything's right for the relatives and it's just a lot. It's a lot. And she never lived for herself. And I always feel like those moments,
Yeah,
that guy's song came on,
yeah.
she lived her life a little bit,
That
It's not
was
a lot.
her one opportunity to just escape, like an
Yeah. I mean,
escapism.
I don't know if that's my fantasy on her, but I would put my life savings, not a lot, but I would put
Yeah,
my life savings on that she went somewhere with that
yeah,
actor, if you see
yeah,
what I mean, in her
yeah,
mind, and those songs enabled that. And
yeah.
I really hope that's true. I really hope that's true that that's where she went.
That's good. That is good. That is good. I mean, it sounds like it's for her. That was her opening to her one opportunity to go into her own private
Mm,
closet or private space
mm,
mentally and just be in her own bubble of security. I was
mm.
listening to that. And again, that's one of the powers of music. Music can also provide that space, that opportunity for you to let go and just chill,
Yeah.
properly relax and chill, let it all go.
And escape, but not
And
just
escape.
escape.
Yeah.
I think I hate using the word escape because I feel like it wasn't even escape for her, although it was. It was more like she was transforming into herself,
Mm,
even if
mm.
it was fantasy. There's
Yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
transformation there. And I feel like
Mm.
music really has got the power to do that. I think it's got the power for all of us. Like we all know, whether we reveal it or not, there's this one or two songs or maybe a playlist that literally transforms us into something or someone in our mind
Yeah.
that actually might be more fantasy, might drive our behaviors a bit, but we definitely don't
Yeah.
see that in real life. But that's what our ideal person would look like in that moment.
Yeah. 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 No, I get that. I get that. I get that. What would you then say? So, in your early years, what would you then say was your soundtrack governing your early years?
Just fine for me, they were disco-y. They
Your
were like
disco
the Disco
beats.
Dancer, all the songs from Disco Dancer. There was another song in that film called um, Goro ki naka loki dunya hai dilwa loki, which what is basically saying the world doesn't belong to white people or black people. It belongs to the
Mm.
people who have a heart. And it just
Mm.
made sense to me. It just
Yeah.
made, and it's interesting because my work is all about the human approach. It is
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
empathy, about the compassion. It is about
Yeah.
actually the connection. So, I mean, I just wonder how much of that would have kind of driven it. How about you? Do
Yeah.
you have that one,
So,
nugget song?
so for me, I think for me, when I go into my teenage years, that I begin to develop my own musical identity.
Mm,
I when I started when I remember going for parties and listening to Wyclef Jean when he was in the Fugees, and Lauryn Hill strumming my pain with his finger,
mm,
singing my life with his song. So listening to that, or we and I so I even though I was born in the UK, I grew up in Nigeria.
mm,
And when I was in my teenage years, I was really hit by that
mm,
cultural experience of being in Nigeria, the Nigerianness that surrounded me then. And I remember there was a musician called Majek Fashek. He used to sing a lot of he used to remix a lot of Bob Marley songs.
mm,
And there was one song that he sang that used to resonate with me. Uh, um, um, send down. It had to do with send down the rain. So, how did it go? Send down the rain to water all of my seeds. Send down the rain. I'm a living man and I don't know what to do. Send down the rain. Then yaga 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 you send down the rain. So it was Magic Fashek. It was another guy called Daddy Shoki. So Daddy
mm,
Shoki was a what we used to call it area boy.
mm,
His kind of music was the kind of music you hear on street corners.
mm,
You know, you go to a bus park where you're taking a bus to interstate, and that's the music that every single shop is playing. In the ghetto, sing it to in the ghetto. And so those were the music that I used to I think about in my rebellious years.
mm,
And then of course going to parties and you're listening to R&B, you're listening to what's his name? Lord then of course the Michael Jackson comes in, you know, you're
mm,
listening to some Michael Jackson, you're listening to Jodeci, Casey and JoJo, and all those. So
mm,
those are the songs that, and then you're listening to the Buji Banton. Girl, you make my day. Please stay. Da, 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 da. So these were the songs that actually shaped my love of music, you know, growing up in
mm,
my teenage years, my rebellious years. Or Jungle is passing, booyaka, booyaka, Jungle is
mm.
passing, incredible. And then all those heavy beats. So that was me. That was me. How about you? What was teenage Runa like musically?
Do you know, I always struggled with talking about the music that I liked with friends and stuff because people would follow particular bands and they would follow particular songs. And I never did that. It just never was of interest. For me, if I came across a song, took over that time for a bit, that's what I was interested in. So I
Yeah.
don't know if I discovered music as
Mm,
much as
mm,
I discovered how music helped me to process my day to day and my life and my thoughts and my
mm,
emotions.
mm,
You know, I didn't
mm.
just discover music for like, wow. I mean, I guess this must be the impact for everyone. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
honestly say I appreciate music just for the sake of the fact that it's music or art. I have to
yeah,
have an emotional bond or something with it. It has to do something to me. And so at the teenage years, I would tell people that I loved like Backstreet Boys and because that's what my friends liked, like NSYNC.
yeah, yeah,
Um, sometimes the song would stick. Like I used to love you know, everybody rock your body. I just loved like
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It was thinking
Anybody get
I
that, that,
loved it.
that, that.
And NSYNC's like Cry Me a River, how did it go? Oh yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, I can't remember, but quite weird. But I do remember when Ricky Martin. I'm not gonna say Ricky Martin came out at that time because the truth is he had music like way before then. But he'd released the English version of Living La Vida Loca, and it
Yeah,
was it blew up my
it blew
mind.
your mind.
And I think what had
Up,
happened
down,
was
inside
that
out,
the
living a
disco
vida
dancer stuff
loca.
went dormant for a bit because like growing
Yeah,
up and
yeah.
stuff. And Ricky Martin's Living La Vida Loca just awoke that back up. And I was obsessed. And even to this day, my karaoke songs are Living La Vida Loca, She Bangs. The lyrics,
She
no offense,
bangs,
but
she
she
bangs, da,
bangs.
da, da,
What
da, da,
it
she
is. I
moves, she
never can remember the
moves.
words for some reason, but she moves. And then I just remember bee stings or something like it. It just that particular song, Living La Vida Loca, literally opened up my mind. And then there were loads of other like little like Bollywood songs. Like for example, there was a song used to go in this and I mean it sounds trash how I'm singing because I'm not a singer. There used to be elements of the song, like certain I don't know what they're called, but like you like chorus notes or something like that. Like you know
Yeah,
you have like a
yeah,
pattern bit in every song.
yeah,
Like there's a pattern
yeah,
that sort of repeats itself, maybe
yeah,
before a
yeah,
verse or after a chorus or whatever. And I can sometimes get obsessed with those tiny bits. And
yeah.
that particular song was for me. I don't know why, but it really kind of like resonated. And
So
then
would you say that's one go-to song for you then? That takes up
yeah,
that
like it was like
period
my
of your life.
comfort zone or something. Like I would go to it. And it's interesting because I do like those preppy songs. Um, but then I started to find the mellow ones more comforting. So Spice Girls, I loved Spice
Mm,
Girls, mainly
mm,
because they
mm.
were the first ever proper girl band in my eyes. Like
Yeah.
I think there must have been girl groups like the Dream Girls or whatever, but they were before my time. Spice Girls were for my time, and that
Yeah.
just I
Yeah.
loved them. But their songs used to really resonate. But the particular one that used to really get me was Viva Forever. Viva Forever,
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
white, or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. So
Mm, mm.
that kind of kept me going. I mean, don't get me wrong, used to listen to a whole load, but these were the ones that I would keep coming back to,
Coming back
you know.
to
Um,
keep coming back to.
so if you like what you're listening to, follow us on all social media platforms.
And if you're enjoying the show, catch us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah, so yeah, that's all I can think of in terms of my teenage years. I mean, I loved, like I said, I loved all the others, but these ones, I mean, I can't even tell you what Ricky Martin was to me, which I think was a remnant of what Mithun was to me back in those days. So it was almost like I remembered a part of myself.
I think for me, for me, the one song that I always go back to, and it's actually my ringtone on my phone, is oh God, what's this guy? It's Wyclef Jean again, Wyclef Jean and Carlos Santana.
Mm.
And they're not strumming the guitar. And for me, it was just, I think for me, it was just the what they could do, and this might sound a bit weird, so bear with me. It was the music, the magic that they were making with their fingers on the
Mm.
guitar. I'm like, oh my days. The lyrics were good, but it was the sound that both of them were making with the guitar. And I think that to me was always my go-to. And like I said, it's till today, it's my ringtone. My
Mm.
phone
Wow.
rings. That's my ringtone. That is my
I love
ringtone.
that. I love that. That song still is with you.
It still
Those are priceless
resonates till
gifts, aren't they?
today. It still resonates today. It still resonates today. Did you ever learn any of the lyrics or use it for anything?
Uh, I don't know. I don't think I could. Don't remember. I mean, I used to write lyrics and stuff down, but I did that more in my early teen years, where I would
Yeah.
write the lyrics down of songs. But later teen years, it was for me. Actually, it was never really about the lyrics. It was
Mm.
about the music itself and how it played in my mind. And I can't explain it, but like I say, I used to get fixated on certain parts of the tunes.
Yeah,
So for
yeah,
me, it
yeah.
is the lyrics were important. They were important, but they weren't as important as the music itself.
Mm,
Like if
mm,
the
mm.
lyrics are on point, but the music is sort of mediocre and I can't connect to it, I'm not interested in that song at all. So, like for example, and during my later years, like at university, there were two songs that really blew my mind then. And it was Mojo, Lady, Hear Me Tonight. Do do do. I think it's I don't think I sing it. And Shaggy, It Wasn't Me. Now again, both have lyrics that probably don't mean a lot, but the music itself, I mean, Shaggy I loved because especially It Wasn't Me because it was ridiculous how he was describing it, but always took me back to I think there's a part of me that's a bit of a criminal inside, like for example, raiding my sister. I always felt like I needed to be guilty about something. And then so this was like my way of like I could imagine myself in being so many scenarios, especially with my sisters, where they're like, "Did you touch this?" And I'd be like, "It wasn't me, but I saw you in the." Do you know what I mean?
It
Like,
wasn't
oh my
me.
God. And then
I
she's
saw
like,
you
"Did you
by the
wear my
pot.
lipstick?" And
It
I'm like,
wasn't
"No,
me.
it wasn't me." But
Your
I've got,
lips on the spoon. It wasn't me.
"Did you touch my foundation?" I've
It
got my
wasn't
face.
me.
I look like a ghost. It's not even my skin color. It wasn't me. So,
Oh
so
my
you know,
days. Uh,
yeah.
for me, it was Montel Jordan. It was Montel Jordan's album. He
Mm.
loved Montel Jordan. That time it was listen. Chuks. I used to learn the lyrics to Montel Jordan. I needed to go on the razzle, man.
Mm.
I used to go on, I used to use it on girls, try and sweet talk my way to certain situations. Yeah, but yeah, they never worked, but hey.
Listen, as long as it works in your mind. Do you know though? Do you
I was cool in my mind. I was the coolest.
and that is what it's about. We are
Yeah,
transformed in our heads. I've always been envious of people who have been able to really follow an artist
yeah,
because their songs and meanings like
yeah,
really stood out. I've got a friend, and you know her, Faye. We know and we
yeah.
love you, Faye. But her and her entire family are fans of Bruce Springsteen. I'm not even saying anything out of
I
turn
love
here.
Bruce Springsteen.
They will, they literally see that. This is like I've never ever. This is pure fan. It's not even groupies, although they could be. The entire
It's
family
fandom
could be.
to the next level.
They go to every single tour as much as possible and all around the world,
Really,
going to the same tour. So the same tour in different places, they would literally follow them around.
really. Oh
Like
my
there's
day.
such big, and the beautiful thing of it is that they all are fans of it. Like as a
Yeah.
family, they literally
Mm.
bond over Bruce, and every
Over
single
Bruce
one of
Springsteen.
them, yeah, every single one of them has a private relationship. I mean, not private in that sense. They wish,
Really?
but they 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 have something privately connecting to him and his
Yeah,
songs and the
yeah,
lyrics that he has, and they
yeah,
have their
yeah,
favorites. It's fantastic how they all come together, like generations,
yeah,
across ages.
yeah.
Just, I wish I had something like that. Actually, I've never
I
seen
do
it.
have I do have so for me again is and this is my go-to is Wyclef again, Wyclef Jean. For me,
Mm,
I've only been for one of his concerts, and that's when he came to Nigeria in Lagos. But apart from that, I've never been to any of his concerts again. But I've always wished I could. And he's one person that always followed his albums, his journey, his musical journey up until today.
mm.
And for me, it's him. In fact, he was in London a couple of weeks ago, and that'll be a couple of months ago by the time this goes out. But a couple of months ago, and I didn't know. I only found out 2 days. 2 days, Runa, 2 days to the show. And it pained me to the depth of my little toe that I wasn't able to get tickets because it was sold out. It was sold out. And so yeah, that I think for me that's the one person I can say is similar to what Faye and her family go through. For me, it's Wyclef Jean. He's just singing to his Masquerade album, singing to his when I'm president, I'll attend it on Monday. For me, that is my yeah, that's for me, yeah, that's him. That is him.
Is
So I
he?
get it. I get
Oh,
that.
this is gonna sound like such a stupid question, but is he still alive or?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
Runa, he's alive. Oh my God.
I just,
I said he came to London a few weeks ago.
oh God, I was still stuck on you saw him as a little boy in Lagos.
Oh my God. He broke my heart, Runa.
I'm
He's
sorry, but
alive. He's
if it's any
kicking.
consolation, I did once ask Faye if Bruce Springsteen had passed away. She gave me the dirtiest look ever.
Is he dead?
I don't know why I was convinced, but I must have got him. I think I got confused with, and sometimes this happens with Bon Jovi, who has passed away. Just I need to clarify. Has he? Someone needs to have.
Please check. Please check. Please check before.
I was just like, oh my God. No, there's a reason though I asked this because and to be fair, actually, ABBA haven't passed away either, but I
Abba haven't passed away,
the,
Rona.
they haven't, but they're
No, they're
obviously
not.
super like in a position where they can't go to gigs themselves, and there's a whole like big ABBA concert that's literally
Virtual.
yeah, like yeah, it's virtual. There's I think holograms,
Hologram,
holograms.
yeah.
And I
mm,
went to it,
mm,
and it's in London, and it's like this whole big ABBA stadium. Like literally,
mm,
they don't do
mm,
anything else but
mm.
ABBA in it. And I went to it, and it was, oh my gosh, so epic. I bloody loved it, and it felt so real. And I just
Mm,
remember feeling like, what a privilege. Like even when bands
mm,
can't
mm,
come
mm.
together like that, they can virtually. Like these, it
Yeah,
felt like, I
yeah.
mean, it wasn't that they were real size, because there were times where you're looking at them and suddenly they start growing and growing and you don't notice, but then they are like giants on stage.
Mm,
But
mm, mm.
it just all seems very normal. But yeah, and they were in their glory from back in the days, how they
Yeah, yeah,
performed. It was from
yeah,
actual like concerts and things, but it was sensational. And that's why I was asking, like, actually, like for the artists that have passed away, they physically might be gone, but they leave behind a legacy. And I think generations lose out on the
yeah,
beauty of what people kind of like perform and bring to the table.
yeah, yeah,
That this would be
yeah.
a great way to introduce them to people and music that they might not have ever
Music.
really encountered.
So another person that I know, that some one person that they tried to do that with is Tupac. Tupac
Mm,
Shakur. So again, with me, when in my teenage years, again, it was the introduction to rap music. It
mm,
was the feud between the West Side and East Side. The Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, and then of course you had the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and the whole Ice Cube posse.
mm.
Yeah. They did try to do a hologram concert of Tupac at one time. I don't think it was a huge hit because I think they only did it once. But I do get that, trying to ensure that the artists live on after they've passed away, you know, especially when they have a body of music that have touched lives,
Mm.
you know.
And
Again,
that music has.
it has. Again, one other person too was Tupac. Listening
Mm.
to Tupac, All Eyes on Me, or Make Money. I won't sing the lyrics now because they're rude. And yeah, I memorized the lyrics word for word, and I would sing it. I would belt it out at the top of my voice when I knew my parents were not around. So that was the rebellious Chuks. That was the rebellious Chuks coming out in his full glory. You know?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine you as a rebellious chicks.
Oh,
You're very naughty.
I
The way you,
was. I
it's
was.
conversation we need to have
I
with
was.
your parents. Chooks used to get every
Oh,
2 minutes, which, by the way, I do not
my.
condone. I'm just putting that out there.
Really?
But I
Mm.
think a lot of Asian or African kids did get and this was part of
We did.
very
We
normal.
did. We did. We did. So in your 20s then,
Mm.
going back to your 20s, which about how long ago was that? 2 years ago?
Oh,
I
shut up. I can't say that. It's gonna be my birthday soon. It's gonna be
really.
I was 20 um oh my
Mm.
gosh. I was 24 years ago. There's a whole ass adulting since I was 20.
So you're
Um
20, what were the music, what were you listening to?
I think I was listening to like a lot of love songs, to be honest.
Yeah.
That time, like I had a lot of, like the ideas of love, and you're checking people out, and they get the flutters, and you've not spoken to them. I've not spoken to them. I might have seen them on the bus or something like that, and I'll put
Yeah.
these songs on, and I would have had 5 babies with them, married. We would have, sometimes if the bus ride was long, I've also divorced them in in my head, but not shared a single word with them in physical world. And for that, Bollywood
Mm,
songs were quite pivotal. I didn't have particular like choices per se, but I
mm,
used to
mm,
listen to a
mm.
lot of God, what was his name? I think the music director was called Anu Malik. He used to
Mm,
do a lot of
mm.
like sort of like romancy or Nadeem Shravan. So any
Mm.
songs that he used to come up with, or they used to come up with, Jatin Lalit, um, they were they used to, and A.R. Rahman. Um,
Okay,
so
yeah.
A.R. Rahman actually you might recognize from Slumdog Millionaire. He did the music for that,
Yeah, the soundtrack for
but
Slumdog
he
Millionaire.
was composing from like way back then.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, it was something else to be honest. I'm finding myself like kind of like going back there a little bit, but and I'm trying to pick out particular songs, but there weren't any specific songs that were calling out. It was just literally the
Yeah,
playlist of all of that
of all
because
of
they
that.
were all
Yeah.
pretty much like love songs. Um, I'm thinking of any that perhaps people might recognize, but then again, actually a lot of people recognize Bollywood songs, so hey. Um, there was another song that I can't remember it. Remember was it called Chase the Sun or something?
Mm.
I'm flying away. It goes something like that. I think it's called Chase the Sun, but it was a lot more music than words, and I used to just love
Yeah.
that. And I used to feel like I was like it helped me through revision, it helped me through I don't know what it was, but yeah, it just kind of I feel like that bit's a blur, you know, chicks. I feel like I've opened up like Pandora's box and I don't know what to do with it. But I did like Mojo, Lady Hear Me Tonight, and it wasn't me, and that was that period, the
Oh
20s.
my days, Mojo. Mojo, yeah, yeah. I
And
think
Ricky
it might,
Martin obviously
and Ricky
sailed through that
Martin.
time too.
Mm, mm. I think for
Desert
me, it
Rose,
might.
Sting. Now it's all coming back to me.
All the songs we've talked about, we've curated our own playlist. So if you're interested in saying and listening to all those songs that Runa was talking about that she couldn't remember,
I will suddenly remember them.
Spotify curators playlist and listening.
Can I put out a shout out though before we
Go ahead.
do the kind of thingy? So don't forget our very, very best friend Tre Mitchell, who has his own like music, like thing. His music is absolutely
Yeah.
sensational. Blue Moon is my favorite, so do
Right,
have a go.
right, right,
And
right,
there's also
right.
this emerging like house artist called Martha Dart, who one day
Okay,
we will have on this podcast. Is absolutely amazing, and I love
okay.
her music and her like how she kind of puts together. In fact, it helps me with my housework. Like I literally like housework to that or bits or laundry or stuff like that. I get things
Mm,
done.
mm,
It's absolutely
mm.
but absolutely sensational. So do check both Martha Dark and Trey Mitchell out.
Huh.
So
For me, in those periods, in my 20s, it was, oh Lord, this is gonna be a bit controversial.
Mhm.
So bear with me, Kelly.
Oh no, R. Kelly.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll move on quickly. So it was him. It was Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
It was then I think that my Nigerian influences started coming in. There's a musician called Two Face Idibia. He and two other guys formed a group called the Plantation Boys. So there was a song they sang, "Then be two, later become three, one go solo, the other two follow." No, 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 no. And that was when my Afro beats, my Nigerian music, started coming in and shaping my own life, And of course, I still had the influence of the rap game, listening to Snoop Dogg, listening to Eminem. I'm Slim Shady. All
Oh,
the
I love that's it. I love Eminem. Sorry. Go on.
Eminem was absolutely crazy for me, man. Listening to him, bumping my music, walking down the street was Eminem. It was also I then used to slam again through to R&B. So again, you have do you remember Brick and Lace?
You have to sing it to me because I can never
Brick
remember
and
artists, but I've usually heard the song. Because that was like clubbing time for me. So a lot of hip hop stuff I listen to in clubs.
Your love is wicked. Oh God,
It's not ringing
I'm
a
trying
bell.
to remember. So Brick and Lace, Your Love is Wicked. It was God, the lady of what's her name? Missy
Madonna.
Elliott.
Oh, Missy.
Missy
Why did I say
Elliott.
Madonna?
No, Missy
Missy
Elliott.
Elliott was brilliant.
She was absolutely amazing. It was Missy Elliott. It was The Brat. It was oh God, this lady that was in I was I forgot. Anyway, so those were my 20s. Those were what I was listening to. Going for parties, walking down the road, going for my own little adventures and all of that to my early adulthood. That's what I was listening to. My heart going through my love trysts.
That sounds amazing, to be honest. I feel almost like kind of
Yeah.
jealous
And
of your 20s.
even being in school and when you're in uni and you have assignments to do and you're in the library, you're listening to like you said, your Walkman,
Mm.
your massive Walkman in your pocket and with your headphones in, that's what you're listening. That was me. That was my 20s.
Do you know what? I just realized you're actually older than me because in my 20s I had a mini disc, not a Walkman. But I do feel quite
Thanks, Runa.
envious of your
Thank
20s.
you.
Sounds like an adventure. Because I remember, if I'm completely honest, like that was a time where I felt like slightly imprisoned with my mind. And actually, one song
Mm,
does come that I used to listen to quite a lot, and it was from a film called Tre, and it was literally "Gali Gali Me Pirta Hai, Q Banke Q Banjara" or something like that. And basically, it's a flirting song, as in the actual picturization is
mm,
the
mm,
hero
mm.
is the heroine's like, why do you flit away like a free, like come to me type
Yeah.
thing? And he's like,
Mm,
you can have anybody, why do you want me? If I come to you, I will lose my freedom. But
yeah.
I wasn't interested in that as much. It was more about I felt like there was a part of me that was trying to kill down my freedom, as in like my culture, the expectations on me. And there's a part
Mm,
of me that if I go down that road, I will say bye bye to my freedom. And my freedom is more important to me than anything else in the world, which sounds awful.
yeah.
I guess I would give it up for my child or some members of my family, I guess. But um,
Mm.
but the
I do
truth
know your
is that
child though. I will tell it. I will make sure I tell your
my
child.
child and
Okay.
my cat, that's no brainer. I would give up my freedom for their freedom. But to me, it was such an important thing. Freedom was like,
Yeah.
there's a line in there that goes, um, I can't remember it now. My brain fog. This is all PMS, perimenopause. So take it as you will. But there's a line translated in English. It goes, "For me, my freedom is more important than anything else," and it
Yeah.
just got to me. It just got to me. So I do feel quite envious because yours is like, and don't get me wrong, like I had my adventures and stuff like that. And there were
Mm,
all these
mm.
like little love stories and things like that. But ultimately, it was a battle with myself and my mental health in terms of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
freedom and
Yeah.
that split,
Mm,
like
mm, mm,
personality, if you
mm,
like,
mm,
not in
mm.
a clinical sense in any way, because I don't think that's the thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
just who I was and what was expected of me.
But again,
So
it goes part that was the period when you're still trying to hold down and identify what your identity truly is. So I do
mm,
get it. You're trying to hold down your identity, and music itself, I think, in my opinion, plays a huge part in that.
yeah. And that's why I think like the artists sometimes like going back to like what you were saying, like R. Kelly, and it was like, who he is and what he did. And I think like if we look even like in today's music, this music that we like there have been
Mm,
so many times that I felt heartbroken because the artist
exactly.
themselves turns out to be, you know, like
Shitbags.
abusive or rapist or do you know what I mean? Yeah. And they're like, oh
Yeah,
my God, but I,
yeah.
I loved your song. Like it really
I
meant something to
loved
me.
your songs. I jammed out to your music. I dedicated a large proportion of my time
Yeah.
listening to your music, and listening to
Feel
and memorizing
betrayed.
your lyrics, you
It's a
know.
betrayal, isn't it?
It is a
But
betrayal. I is betrayal. Yeah, I knew the guy's moves. I could dance to every single one of the move. But then we're now thinking about, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's not go
there's
down that
something
road, Runa.
about Like,
it's heartbreaking. My heart is still
no, no, but
in
it is
therapy.
though. But it goes make it like I know we're laughing about. The truth is, there was some innocent people involved in that, like what he did to them. You know what I mean? And I think there comes a point though. Like the question for us is the separation of art and the artist.
Artist.
Like,
It
does
is
art
hard.
have to be? It is art, and does it have to be tainted by the artist? And yes, it often is. But there is something
It
about
is hard.
separating the two.
It is hard because the tainting is not just with the artist and the art, it's also with your memory, because then you're
Mm,
thinking. I cannot count how many times when the music when information on what R. Kelly became or was doing at the time came up. I remember how many I can't remember how many times I would think about the lyrics to his songs. I'm
mm.
thinking, oh my God. What were you thinking when you were writing down this particular verse or this particular line? What were you thinking? What were you doing? Were you meaning? And it practically broke my heart every time, every blessed time, you know. But yeah, moving forward. Like I
Moving
said,
forward,
let me not go down that route. That's down going down the rabbit hole. We could hear
yeah.
BF all day.
Let's come to today's day then. Let's think about
Today.
today. So
Okay.
today, Chuks, what songs dominate your playlist and why?
Oh, so I think for me, large majority of what I listen to is around the pop genre.
Mm,
I listen to a lot of pop music and not just pop music. I think this today. I think I value a lot more Afro beats, and the influences that African music is now having on pop music. So I'm listening to, oh God, I listen to and I follow Burna Boy.
mm,
I'm at Burna Boy's concerts every year. Every time he comes to London, I'm there. I'm there. I'm wilding out, jumping up and down and raving up to his music. So Burna Boy, Wizkid, all of them. But then also I'm also leaning towards the Afro Piano from South Africa, or
mm.
some music, what's the name of the sound that comes out of Kenya? So Kenya, South Africa, Botswana too. They influence, and then some Arabian music. So for me, it's that's what I'm listening to today. But at the same time, of course, I'm listening to your regular pop music. I'm still listening to the some of Beyonce, some Timberland. I am an undercover behind the closet. Don't tell anybody. I'm an undercover Swifty ish.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
know,
did not
innit?
know that about you.
I know,
Shh,
innit?
don't tell anyone. No,
Shh, don't
joking.
tell
It's pretty
anybody.
awesome.
So that's the kind of music I'm listening to. I find myself going down that rabbit hole. So it depends on what I'm in the mood for.
Mm,
I might get home and listen to my playlist of Afro beats.
mm.
I'm listening to Ill Bliss. I'm listening to or I might go down the road and listen to Rag and Bone Man. So
Mm,
it depends on what it is I'm in the mood for, and that's that what governs my taste in music for as of today.
mm.
How about you? What are your aspirational tracks? What does that give you joy and hope of moving forward?
Oh, I've got so many. Anything by Una is
You know,
amazing. You should Una. So she's not like a massively like known artist per se, but she
okay.
has got some really cracking tracks. So
What
like
kind of music? What kind of music
lullabies,
does she have? Okay.
it's sort of like mellow,
Lullaby, lull
like
you to
sort of
sleep.
huh? Yeah, no, like mellowy, like Katie Malua type, like sort of
Okay, okay, okay,
melodic
okay.
type music. And her specific songs that I love are Strawberry Letter, which is absolutely such a lovely summer song. In fact, I love Harry Styles' Watermelon Sugar. It's got that sort of similar vibe to it. And then
Oh,
she's got lullabies, which I find really comforting. And one of her songs that I listen to like every other morning is Live Your Life. because I feel like it's like a personal message
Yeah,
to me,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
such a good one. And I also love Follow the Sun by Super High and Nika. And there is a Spanish guy called Carlos I think it's called
Carlos
Carlos
Santana.
Sadness. No, Carlos Sadness, who puts his spin on it by putting some Spanish like lyrics into that. But I absolutely love that song, Follow the Sun. Like it literally makes me feel like I'm ready for summer. Whenever I listen to it, I feel like I'm in summer, the world's my oyster. Um, I want to be a Mona Lisa. I heard that whilst watching
Oh,
a Heartstopper or Heartbreaker. Can't
yeah,
remember it's trash, but
yeah.
there's basically the high school drama on Netflix
Mm,
with two boys, and it is the most fantastical story, and it's a book. I think it's Heartstopper, I think it is. And but I've heard it on that, and I couldn't stop listening to it, to be fair. It was absolutely beautiful. But what I am really going into is my heritage. The more I explore
yeah,
Bengali
yeah,
stuff, the
yeah,
more I want Bengali music and Bengali
yeah,
songs. And it's
yeah,
really weird
yeah.
because I pay attention to lyrics now than more than I ever did.
More than
So
yeah, yeah.
songs by Damir, or especially his song Amar Jan, I just feel like it speaks to me. I
It's
just
weird because
absolutely
even
love it.
look at so I mean, South Asian music is influencing mainstream music nowadays.
It's sampled a lot, isn't it? And it's been
Yeah,
sampled
Ed Sheeran has done it. Who else? So many people have done it in Beyonce has done it as well.
Well, I
Sampling
remember
South Asian music.
even about 15 years ago, I think Kalioka Dama, but it was sampled in a Western song. It was quite famous, but I can't remember what the
Wow.
Western song is. But it was sampled in there. So no, it is sampled a lot. And then you've got what's it? Oh God, what's his name? The one that did Jalebi, Tasha, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I can't remember if it is Tasha or not. Could see his face, but I can't remember his name. But basically, the song is called Jalebi, and it was like a cross mix with an Indian artist. And so yeah, I do like the fusion stuff. Like even there's a lot of like Arab mixed with
Mm,
Hindi, which I
mm,
absolutely love.
mm,
And
mm,
actually,
mm.
that's a source of sadness because I went to one of my solo trips, one of my first ever solo trips after I could confidently go away and, not worry about childcare and stuff like that. It was
Mm,
like my
mm.
bid for freedom. And I chose Morocco because I just loved Morocco. And
Morocco's a
and
lovely
I
place.
love Morocco. And one of the things I do is book trips that involve a long drive
Mm,
travel,
mm.
and you
Yeah.
know there's tour things that you can get like anyway. um I was on one of those tours and I heard a song called Gulli Mata, which is by an artist called Saad Lamjared, and
Mm.
he is like his music and songs are just amazing, so I just went through an obsession point with him, and in fact kind of like in love with him, like he had that cheeky way about him. It's just like, oh my God, like I couldn't believe I was crushing, but I was crushing. Then of course you fantasize, you think that this is this person, they are who they or what they sing about, and then in real life, I'm not saying that this has happened or not happened, for legal purposes, but he has been
For legal
implicated.
purposes.
But he has been implicated where people have made allegations about,
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, that really was not cool. But
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
kind of like music I listen to. Anything that feels more like a
Warm
life
and
coach
home.
thing.
Yeah.
Like follow the
A
sun.
learning experience.
Yeah, yeah, something I don't know, spiritual, like follow the sun. It's like if you're looking for me, you'll find me by following the sun. And I just like, oh
Wow.
my gosh, you know.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
A Wonderful Life, but Katie Malua's version, so good.
18 Malua.
So good.
I'll look that up. I'll look that up.
It's a wonderful I know it was meant to be ironic when it was originally sung, but she just makes
Mm.
it seem really uh real. And then there was a French artist who, oh man, I wrote her name down, but I can't remember where I wrote her name down. But like basically she does in fact her songs are his songs are used widely on TikTok, to be fair, but
Mm.
she's this French artist. I think one of the songs is called Mini India, really, but it is really, really cool. Her music is just absolutely wonderful. Um, and I also like Jan Tiersen. Have you seen the film Amelie?
No,
Oh my
no,
gosh, what?
I
That
haven't
French
seen it.
film Amelie.
No, I have not. I've not heard
That is your
about it.
homework today. You have to go. Oh my God, it's the best.
I
The
feel that
mute.
every time, Runa, I feel that every time we speak, you always give me homework. Last time we
Well,
spoke, it was go and
it's
watch,
not my
go and
fault
binge
that you
This Is
need that
Us.
homework. But
And
but yeah,
Amelie.
Amelie. Oh my God! But the music is by Jan Tiersen, and it is
Mm,
so beautiful, so beautiful. So I would definitely recommend that. I find
okay.
I
Okay.
can work and more productive when I have Jan Tiersen on in the background. And also,
Okay.
he does make cat beats. I mean, he
Okay.
doesn't make it as in
Okay.
my cat likes it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think that it sounds like a lot has happened for you musically
mm,
at every single stage in your life that it makes you quite reflective of what it is. What would you say that? Say if you were to throw a thread throughout your life at different stages of your life, yeah, how would you say music has helped shape
it's been my friend.
you?
It's been my friend. It's been my friend. There was a time where I couldn't bear my own company. I had to listen to something. I had to listen to like music was there for me. In my
Yeah,
loneliest of times, I would music would help me escape. So for me, it was never about the song or the artist or anything like that per se. It's the
mm,
beat of the song and it connected with me at that time. And literally that's what I followed. So
yeah,
yeah, so for
yeah.
me, I would say music is a friend. How about you?
For me, so for me, it is music. For me, music has always been like a third, like a fourth person for me. So have the three persons in you, the you yourself, to me, myself, and I, and music.
Mm,
Music has always been at the back of my head. There's always something. So there are always pages in my life where music is what I used to remember. So, for
mm,
instance, a case in point, when my niece was born,
mm,
Sia,
mm,
Chandelier, her song Chandelier. That was the music that in fact, she had only just come out, released that song when my niece was born.
mm.
And the first time I met my niece and the first time I met myself and her and my sister-in-law throughout the 2 weeks that we were all together, we was vibing out to Sia's Chandelier. And every time I hear that, that's what I remember, Sia. And I was growing up listening to oh God, this other artist. Oh Lord, Ray.
Oh,
So the first time I heard Ray, it was for me. It was just it was a mind-blowing experience. There's a song that she released then that just I said, "What? Who is this?" The bass tone to a lot of her songs, like rah. When you're listening to high band, it just moves your soul. So Ray, and then there's a lot of lady that sang. There's an African lady. She sang. Did you check on me? Um, when I walk in the room as I read, like I don't smoke banga. Did you check on me? Did you notice me?
mm,
Because her lyrics talks about mental health.
yeah.
How you might see me smiling, you might see me happy, you might see me jovial every time. But when you don't see me, when I'm not around and I'm away from the social glare, do you ever pick up the phone and say, "Hey, are you okay? Are
Mm,
you all right?" And for me, that lyric, that song, the lyrics of that song was again made me stop in my tracks and think, "Oh, that is something that is deep. That's very deep." So yeah, those are that for me. That's my journey. When I think about music that's helped shape my life. These are the lyrics. These are the artists and the songs and the influences that help me
mm.
become. the me that I am right now.
That's such a beautiful thing. Like this last one that you mentioned, like, do you really see me when I this and that? And actually, when we say things like, do you really see me? What we mean is, you know how like sometimes we could do it superficially, like, are you okay? And things like that. And it's all done superficial. But actually, I feel like in order to get that, it's not that you talk to them per se, but you really notice like, how are they? Like, do
Yeah,
they seem okay? If not, do you actually think about what they might need? Do you go over? Do
exactly.
you know what I mean? And
Exactly.
that the seeing is even if they're not there in front of you, you've been conscious and present enough to get a sense of what's going
This
on for them
sense of
and
what's
then
going on
connecting
for
with that.
them. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. And I think for me, it's also the fact that you hardly, most songs are either upbeat or they are love songs or it's
mm,
about heartbreak or it's about this or that or going for a party or whatever, whatever, whatever. But Shad song was about something pretty different,
yeah.
you know? So yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we've been talking a lot about this, so I guess we're coming towards like the end of it. But here is a question for you. Okay, so we
Hmm.
all have the songs that we'll admit to and stuff like that, but there's always this, you know, like this little shameful secret of a song that you love, but you cannot admit to the world because it's just like they will judge you. What
Oh,
shameful, dirty secret song is your song
ah, damn.
that you would never admit to because you know you will be judged within an inch of your life?
Oh God, this is gonna be terrible, Runa.
Come on, what is it?
And this is every time I hear this song, no matter where I am, no matter how what I'm doing, under the table, my left foot starts to tap to the beat.
It's not Agadoo, is
My
it?
face, no, it's not. My face might be serious as deadpan, but underneath the table, my foot is tapping, and it is "Single Ladies" by Beyonce.
Oh, that's pretty all right, you know.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I tried to save you there, but you know.
I know, but no, it's not.
Are the single ladies there?
Oh
Ah, that's
God.
all right.
How about you? What's yours? Moving on.
Um, I do have a secret one that is
Hmm.
not secret in certain groups, but do you remember No Mercy? I think they came out with like one or two songs, and then that was it. And he used to go,
Yeah.
"Where do you go, my lovely?" And it was this guy, and then he had two brothers who were twins, and they'd be like, "Doon doon doon doon," like it's so stupid, but it literally was, "Where do you go, my lovely?
My
Do
love.
do do do. Where do you go? I wanna know." Do 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 do. Do. And it's so bad. It's literally like no mercy on people's ears. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's one of my karaoke songs that if it came up, I'll do it, but I wouldn't request for it. But if it came up or someone offered it, I'd be like, yeah, all right then.
Another
Surprisingly, people do.
one.
So
Another one
yes.
for me is another one that actually is I don't know if you remember this. It's my life. It's my life. It's my
It's
life.
and it
Stop
goes
judging me. Stop putting me. Stop putting me. Stop.
it's mine.
It's
Like,
my
yes.
life.
Oh my God.
It's
And here, finally, and one other, your drunk song. Not that I get drunk or anything, but if you were to lose your mind, which song would it be? Like you would sing it in the dark hours, you come out after a club, or you know, dancing, you're pissed out of your face. What song would that one be? That you just sing at the top of your lungs on the road, that in the morning you think, what
there
the
are
fuck?
many though. Runa, I
Oh,
have many. I have a lot of drunk songs. Sorry. I
oh,
have a lot of
Jesus.
drunk songs, more than
We
one.
need to talk
I can't
about
put my
that.
finger on one. I have a lot of songs when I'm drunk. When I'm drunk. And then I'm belting at the top of my voice. So it could be Burner Boy's what's this? Oh Lord, what's his song? Goes it don't pass, last. Now everybody go chop breakfast. Shayo.
Oh my
And
God.
you know why? You know why? Because Shayo, which is the title of the song, Shayo, in Nigeria, Shayo means alcohol.
Oh, so you're literally drinking about being drunk. Jesus.
You're singing about being drunk. Shayo.
Whereas I think when I'm drunk, I always have the guru still inside me, and it's gold. Always believe in your soul by Martin Kemp, I think it
Na,
is.
na, 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 no.
Du-du-du-du-du.
You're
You are
indispensable.
indelectable, or something like that. And
Always
by the nothing, I don't know all the words, so then I'll just go, blah, blah, blah. You are gold. And I'll just come back and sing the same line over and
Oh
over. But
my dude. You know the funny thing, I really would like our listeners, yeah, to share with us. Send us an email, send us a message, put it on LinkedIn, put it in the comment section, whatever. Tell us what are your live tracks? What
yeah.
are those? And comment on your social. We want to know. We want
And
to
don't
know,
just stick
you
to
know?
the acceptable ones. What are your loved ones? What are your sad ones? Which
Yeah.
ones are your shameful, dirty, secret ones? Which ones are your drunk
Those
ones?
ones that
You
make you
know,
blush. Mm. Mm.
ones that you want to fight to, you go for it. Mine is Rocky. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun. I feel like I'm a cage fighter when it comes to those. Like, come on.
I did, but yeah, it's been an absolute amazing one. Thank you for listening to us.
Yes.
Thank you for all of this. I know that it's in a fair fight. I know that my own playlist is much better than Runa's playlist. Hey,
Ah,
yeah,
listen, mine is eclectic. It's worldly. There's so much
Mhm.
diversity in it.
Cha,
And
cha cha.
equitable,
It's full of
equitable.
it's full of
Playlist.
secrets,
That's right. It is.
secrets.
It's an exciting autobiography. What's yours? Yours is like 90 songs that you get drunk to. And then
I
I
know it
bet all
is.
the single ladies is also one.
Yes, it is.
All the single ladies, come to me, come to me. That's not the lyric, but I'm sure you had that when you're
Oh
drunk.
my God. But yeah, it's been an amazing episode. Listen, an amazing one time with everybody. Thank you very much for listening to us. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, like we always say, click on our socials, click on our comments, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, link
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Reach out to us, say hi, shoot us an email. You never know what could happen. We would definitely respond to you. And thank you very much for being part of
Oh,
us
but one
again.
also other thing, if you want us to do any like work for you or your organization because of what we do for our day jobs, feel free to DM us. There you
DM
go.
us. Follow us on LinkedIn. Follow us on LinkedIn. And while we leave Runa to go and drink water, it's a goodbye from.
Husband Peters. Listen, I need these reminders. Yes.
Well, listen, bye guys. Take care of yourselves and see you
Bye.
around.
Have a good one.
See
Mwah,
ya.
mwah, mwah.